what can leaders do to help create certainty for their teams in these sorts of times?
Yeah, I think that's a really critical skill set for leaders to consider in times like this, Nick. And part of the challenge is that we like to have the answers, and a lot of the time, the way that we've done business has kind of put us into a dynamic where that just feeds itself and reinforces itself. People come to us expecting us to be able to solve problems and answer all the questions, and if we dispense the ready answers, then that basically creates a bit of a loop where people treat leaders almost like vending machines, and all of the load is on leadership then. And one of the challenges that leaders are facing right now is they're going, okay, I'm trying to look after my people, but what about me? I'm pretty feeling the weight of this myself. So I think there's a few things that we can do that are critically important around this, and all of them reinforce psychological safety in an organisation. So that's not only the fact that we don't suffer any damage from being at work in a similar way to physical safety, but more importantly, and I think way more importantly for owners and leaders, it's about people will speak openly. So if they see a problem or they see a solution, they'll tell you about it. If they need a hand with something, they'll come and ask. One of the most damaging things in uncertain times is if people are trying to stuff things under the carpet and hide it in the closet, and there's nothing to see here, everything's fine. So how can we do that? The danger, if we're not in a situation where people feel like there won't be negative consequences of speaking up, is it's a human default to be silent. We often, there's always subtle messages about this, don't shoot the messenger, which means there's been a few messengers shot over the years. So if I'm not the messenger, if I keep my mouth shut, I'll probably be okay. No one's ever been fired for speaking up, for not speaking up. Silence is safe a lot of the time. And I think we've got this, I've been trying to dig at it and find some actual data around this, but intuitively I feel like we've got this hardwired into us right from kids. We want to point the finger and deflect attention from ourselves if things are going wrong. We'll blame the kid, my sister, or the dog ate it, or whatever, if my performance is potentially under the spotlight. So I reckon leaders can do a few things around this, Nick. We can focus on very, very clear messaging about direction and ideal destination, and that's recognising that, especially in uncertainty, it's probably more like paddling a river than riding a tram. So it's not going to be straight to it. We're going to weave and wander all over the place, but if we're clear about where we're heading, then, as you said earlier, Michael, the sort of on-the-ground functional decision-making in the organisation, that capacity goes up enormously. If we're in grey areas where it's like really not sure and the psychological safety element is there, I'm more likely to come back to leadership and go, okay, we've got a patch here and I just really don't know how to deal with it. Can I get your thoughts? But then not bother you if it's 100% clear, let's go.